Alright. Cool. Yeah, sounds good. I'm playing in the next game, so at the end of the second, I'm going to leave as well. So the third period, you guys are on your own without me. 17. Running time.
You've got 34 minutes.
Alright. From Canada, Ottawa. You guys? LA? Okay, both American.
Guy heard Capitals fan, which unfortunately we're going to have about 10 years in the wilderness now.
Well, at least you won a cup before that.
It's a good feeling to win a cup after 33 years as a fan without having won anything before that.
Yeah. Has Washington not won anything else?
Well, I'm not a so
Oh, you're not a Washington guy, just a Capitals.
I was born in '84. The Orioles won the year before I was born.
Oh, okay. That doesn't count.
I'm a Buffalo Bills fan, so that's great.
That doesn't count. They haven't won shit all either. When I'm wearing it, I can barely hear
This is breaking news from ThailandTV.news. Now all the Thailand news is in one place. The latest reports from around the clock and around the world. Breaking Thailand news from all the world's top news sources, translated into 11 languages and updated 24 hours a day. Here's Ali with more.
ThailandTV.news has it all. The latest news, weather and sports updates, plus up-to-the-minute events listings and fun things to do in Thailand. And that's not all. There's also entertainment, lifestyle, and travel news, including the latest visa information. If it's happening in Thailand, you'll find it here at ThailandTV.news.
It's all here at ThailandTV.news. All the latest news, weather, sports, they even cover ice hockey. It's all done at ThailandTV.news. Yes, it's all the Thailand news, all in one place.
Oh, okay. Oh, nice. Are we on? Are we going, Keith?
This is Thailand's biggest night for hockey. This is Hockey Night in Thailand.
And welcome to Hockey Night in Thailand. You are looking live from Thailand International Ice Arena in Bangkok for a Siam Hockey League game between Aware and Siam Mandalay. And as you can see, we're about 40 seconds in, and so far no score. But Adam Gottschalk along with Joe Nafis and Jesse Starosta welcoming you on this lovely Sunday night or morning or afternoon, wherever you are. As you're watching, you see Aware in the red jerseys and Siam Mandalay wearing the green. And so in possession in the offensive zone is Aware. We're still waiting on the game's first shot, but there it is. That one caroms off the blocker pad of Dream, the outstanding goalkeeper for Siam Mandalay. And as we catch our breath, as we entered with the game just underway, can't imagine a better night for hockey, at least inside the arena. Jesse, Joe, nice to see you guys on the
good
Sunday.
Matchup. This is both teams lost last week, so both trying to get back on the winning foot here. Some lineup changes. I saw Ware has Ernesto this week. They were missing him last week. And it seems like they've changed up their lines a little bit after the...
Meanwhile, there's a race for the puck, but coming out from the
after
goal.
KCG hammered them last week 5-2. But let's see what's going on here.
Puck still out in neutral ice, and you saw it digging for it was 33. Along with some lineup changes, we have some uniform changes. So, Jesse, I might ask you to help me fill in the details of the guys who I don't have on my score sheet here. But meanwhile, there's a deflection on goal, and trying to cover it is Dream. Puck still loose, and that's in the back of the cage. So a little bit of a broken play right in front of the goal.
Really thought he had that one gloved, but it was still loose, and they buried it home there.
And that,
Who was that
with
Number 6,
2.5 minutes gone by, takes us to a 1-0 score with Ware the early lead. Clock continues to run during the 3 periods here in the games that we're watching tonight. We've got 2 games. There's another one coming up about half an hour after this one's over. That's the 2 teams that won last week. This is a really important game here early in the season, as Jesse mentioned, both teams starting off 0-1. And Jesse, I mean, always in hockey, you play differently when you get that first goal and you start the game with a lead. And even on a little bit of a broken play like that, I mean, that's what they teach you in hockey, is just make some noise in front of the cage, and you never know when the puck's going to squirt out. And that happened again the other way, and it's in the back of the net. That's Mike Poirier, the Canadian forward, coming up to put home a rebound with a really clean shot on net. And just like that, we're not even 4 minutes in, and it's a 1-1 hockey game.
Yeah, very fast pace to start this one off.
Joe, that reminds me of watching you play ball hockey growing up in California.
Yeah, unfortunately, that goalie had someone right in front of his eyesight. He couldn't see the shot taken right in front of the goal.
Well, just as I was starting to say that Ware had that.
Here's an interesting lineup change for Siam Mandalay. It looks like Captain Mike Friesen is playing defense for them.
Usually a center.
Statsny and Mike Friesen as the 2 centermen. But they've moved Friesen back on D. They might be missing a few guys tonight. Not sure why that is.
It's Ware entering the offensive goal, and we see a shot flung towards the cage. And that one easily deflected away before it reached the net. And now a quick 3-on-2 developing. That came out of nowhere. And a ripped shot from Friesen, the usual center who Jesse just told you is playing D today, that just missed the net high.
Tom Statsny with the puck now. He's cousin of Paul Statsny in the NHL as well.
You know, I saw that name and I had that question. So, as we get our first whistle, let's take a look at the away team tonight. And the goalie is Jimmy McAleer, number 1. James Speck wearing 35. It's McAleer who got the start. The skaters, Kelly Shim. We saw him with the puck in the early game, and, well, the rest of the roster, we can get to that later as the game's already picking back up. Man, I got to get used to the pace of play here. This moves fast.
This is Oleg with the puck. He's the guy you got to keep an eye out
Speaking of moving fast, here's
2 goals
Oleg
last
Kabakov,
week.
who tries a little tuck. And that one shoved aside by Dream. Kabakov scored twice in the first game last week. Those were the only 2 goals for Ware. Meanwhile, the puck deflected high, and it will just bounce over the blue line. It would have been offside, so it ends up in possession of Siam Mandalay. And there's that man again, Oleg Kabakov. He's always making noise with the puck, and he tried a little entry pass looking for Shim. That one deflected out. Stays in the offensive zone, but it'll be collected by Siam Mandalay. As we look at it here, which is the angle that you're getting as well watching this at home, in the first period it's Ware moving from left to right and Mandalay from right to left. It was Ware that scored the game's first goal. It was answered about a minute later by Siam Mandalay. We're 1-1, 6 minutes into the 17-minute opening period. And the possession right now for Ware. at the face-off circle left side.
Oh,
Coming in,
that's
beautiful
so
move by
nice save by
Kabakov.
Dream.
And that one off the shoulder of Dream. Deflects behind the cage, but it remains Aware possession. Puck rotated around and out, back to neutral ice, but it's still in possession of Aware. 5 shots on goal apiece, according to the scoreboard here in the first period. And meanwhile, entering the offense, there's Michael White, the center, who has his pocket picked, and now looking for an odd man rush back the other way, and staying onside is Siam Mandalay. And there's a quick shot off the goalkeeper, big juicy rebound. And meanwhile, flung back towards the cage, but nothing doing. It stays in the offensive zone for Siam Mandalay. So we have had some chances in the early going, and meanwhile we get a chance to take a look at the home team tonight, which is Siam Mandalay. The great goalkeeper, Dream, wearing number 50, is in net. And then here's a look at the offensive and defensive skaters on the ice as we return to live action, and the puck in possession, won on the face-off by Siam Mandalay. They're looking for an open player in the corner right side, and a deflection on net is pushed just wide by Stasny.
That was a nice setup by CJ to find him there.
And the outlet pass, they very nearly connected with Cadiz, who does collect, but it's a little bit too late to get that shot away. And meanwhile, beautiful entry into the crease, tucked in, and that's a goal on the rebound. Man, it was almost a beautiful goal. Instead, it turns into a sloppy one, but on the scoreboard, it's the same thing. 2-1, Aware takes the lead. Jesse, did you get a chance to see who it was that cleaned that up?
Harrison got that rebound put into that.
Harrison Oztimel, the
captain of Aware.
The American-born right winger. Johnny on the spot to put home the rebound, and we've got a 2-1 game. Aware scored first. It was answered by Siam Mandalay, but the lead again to Aware. And looking for a penalty and getting one is Aware. And we're going to have, I believe, a hook called here.
Yeah, I think they called that on Andrew Ross for holding or clutching maybe. Harrison tried to get around him.
It's actually a slash is the call, but either way it'll be a 2-minute minor. So this will be the game's first power play, and it's Aware going to the man advantage, trying to build on a 2-1 lead.
Really take control. They have a very strong power play. Oleg, Patrick on the defense. Looks like Harrison and Devin out there as well.
Kabakov wins the offensive face-off and looking for a very quick shot, but instead getting a deflection into the ice was the shot from the blue line, and we'll get a reset and a new face-off. Just into the power play opportunity for Aware. 7 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in a fast-paced back-and-forth opening period, and again an offensive zone power play face-off won by Aware, and a quick shot on net deflects. A beautiful job by Dream staying with that, closing the blocker pads just enough to keep that one out, but the offense resets. Here's a pass deflected down below into the corner, and digging it out is the right winger for Aware. Jesse, I don't have a number 9 on my program. Can you...
he's a sub tonight. That's Moo. He's
beautiful.
Filling in for... I can't remember who's out.
And speak of the devil, Moo just flings one towards the cage. He was looking for a little bit of traffic in front of the crease. He got a deflection, but it was right into the glove of the goalkeeper, and we get a whistle.
For Corey Day. That's it.
So this will be the 4th face-off in the offensive zone during this power play. We're about a minute into it. And for the 4th time, it is won by Aware, but this time it is poke-checked back out to neutral ice, and that'll force a reset. In fact, it was Siam Mandalay actually gaining possession, and now back 1-on-3 looking for an opportunity is Stasny, who fires one through the goalie's pads, and that did not cross the line.
It was there. It was just waiting for someone to poke it in.
Short-handed opportunity from Siam Mandalay, and again one squirts through the pads of the goalkeeper. But this one is squeezed, and now with the power play down to about 35 seconds left, it will be a defensive zone face-off for the team with the man advantage. Aware already holding a 2-1 lead in this hockey game.
Close. There was a real chance to tie it up there.
I don't think a puck can go any further on the line without quite crossing it.
Waiting.
I'm shocked that didn't go in.
Face-off won in the offensive zone by Siam Mandalay, but quickly taken back. 10 seconds left in the man advantage, and one final charge here from Aware as Maillard, the defenseman, comes up to play it, but it squirts off the stick and back out to neutral ice, and that will run the remaining seconds off the power play. We're back to 5 aside. 5 minutes, 25 seconds left in the opening period, and a 2-1 lead for Aware.
Oh yeah. Nice little hit on Ono there at the blue line. Turn over the puck.
It's Jeff Bonazzo with it behind the cage, looking for someone to throw it to, but it's a lot of traffic right in the middle. It ends up off to the corner where it's Ralph Dittmer, German-born defenseman, jumping up on the play, trying to find a way to keep that offensive play alive, but it comes back out.
What's the penalty? I didn't see this. Some fisticuffs going on in center ice here.
There was a whistle behind the play, and we'll look for some clarification, but I think there's going to be another man going off and skating into the penalty box. It appears to be
both of them off. Matthew and Jeff. And some extra words still being spoken now as they both go into the box.
All right, so that's going to be, I believe, matching minors. So this will stay even strength, but 4 aside. Incidental matching minor penalties, and so 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I mean, we don't need one guy off the ice for each team to make this more wide open. It's already been a pretty wide open first period.
Pretty wide open game. It's pretty wide open ice as well. Here on the big ice of the new rink in Thailand.
Yeah, and the energy level has been really, really good from both sides here.
So let's see, this is where speed comes into play, as it's 4-on-4 for the next 2.5 minutes. Behind the net, there's Kabakov. Man, he has been noisy in the first period of play today, and he's calling for the puck right in front. They give one to him, and he tucks it in! That was behind the end line, the pass flung right through the goal mouth, and there's Kabakov. You know, all period, it looked like he was on the brink of getting one. That's his 3rd goal in 2 games to begin the young season.
Yeah, Oleg's the difference maker on the ice. You got to put up with him in the dressing room and everything else, but that guy can score, no doubt.
I think that's something you need to follow with a story.
For sure. Leaving us hanging here.
We'll talk off the air and find out. The round, there it is again! Kabakov from 35 feet rifled one over the right pad and into the back of the net. And just like that, it is a 4-1 game.
This extra ice has really helped out Aware here.
Oleg Kabakov has back-to-back multi-goal games in the first 2 of the season for Aware. And here's another opportunity right in the middle, a shot tucked off the keeper's blocker pads, but Kabakov is still out there. He's looking for a hat trick in a minute, and he's making some motions in front of the net, looking for a pass, but instead it comes back out to center, and now trying to salvage something in the last 2.5 minutes of play. A rifled shot from Friesen. And the Siam Mandalay captain says, you know what, we're not going to get run out of the gym today.
Yeah,
that's right. They really needed that.
On his back and just keeping them in here single-handedly. What a play.
So I think, I try and you're broadcasting a hockey game. You want to keep everybody aware of the score, and I think the last time I said it was 2-1, and that felt like that was 30 seconds ago. So let's reset this.
High scoring first period here, yeah, for sure.
4-2 is our score. Aware with the lead on Siam Mandalay. We have 1 minute and 40 seconds left in a brilliant opening period, at least if you like explosives. And it's Aware with the puck in possession, circling back around the blue line and trying a little toe drag was Aware's defenseman, but it comes back out. Across
back
neutral.
On 5-on-5 here now.
Not that that's made a huge difference so far.
Yeah, Aware's really had total control of the puck.
That's a race for the puck. If Siam Mandalay can get to it, they had a quick 3-on-2 developing. That's a beautiful pass right back through the middle, but a nice defensive stand preventing the shot. and just flinging one towards the goal mouth with Stasny. We're under a minute left in the opening period. It's 4-2 Aware, and now here's an odd man rush the other way. It's Maillard, the defenseman, coming in and tucking one home for goal number 5 on a beautiful pass at the goal mouth. That's 33, I believe. That's Ernesto Bauer, who was another substitution today.
No, Ernesto's on the team. I think that was Matthew and Harrison with that play. Harrison to Matthew on the goal. Ernesto missed last week, but he's back here this week.
Maillard was the one with the pass, so that would have been Ostemel then who actually tucked that one home. So either way, it's 5-2. We've got 20 seconds left, and then I'm going to drink some water. We've yelled a lot for the opening 17 minutes. I'm going to give you a reminder to our network affiliates. At the end of this period, this will be a local timeout, so for all of our hardworking board ops and producers, get ready. This is a local break coming. As we tick off the final seconds and the buzzer sounds, it's 5-2 Aware. This is Hockey Night in Thailand.
This is breaking news from ThailandTV.news. Now all the Thailand news is in one place. The latest reports from around the clock and around the world. Breaking Thailand news from all the world's top news sources, translated into 11 languages and updated 24 hours a day. Here's Ali with more.
ThailandTV.news has it all. The latest news, weather, and sports updates. Plus, up-to-the-minute events listings and fun things to do in Thailand. And that's not all. There's also entertainment, lifestyle, and travel news, including the latest visa information. If it's happening in Thailand, you'll find it here at ThailandTV.news.
It's all here at ThailandTV.news. All the latest news, weather, sports, they even cover ice hockey. It's all done at ThailandTV.news. Yes, it's all the Thailand news, all in one place.
5-2 Aware over Siam Mandalay at the end of one, and we get ready to start the second period. Adam Gottschalk along with Jesse Starosta and Joe Nathis. And guys, Siam Mandalay, they didn't play poorly. It was just an explosive first period from Aware. How does Siam Mandalay get back in this one?
So this game is really Aware's offense, offensive firepower, but they're not as strong on the defensive end. So if Siam can come in here, make some cause some turnovers, get a few quick rushes, Friesen and Statsny can definitely finish for those guys. They can come back, but they gotta play some strong defense, because they give up any more, it's gonna be trouble.
Joe, what was your biggest takeaway from the opening 17 minutes?
Yeah, I think Aware just had possession of the puck most of the time. Siam Mandalay needs to hold on to the puck and get some shots on goal, and then maybe they'll have a chance to get back in this.
And Siam Mandalay probably needs to get more bodies out in front of their own goal, because there were a lot of open looks from within 10 feet in front of the crease.
And they got to take note whenever Oleg's out on the ice. You got to have a man on him, you got to shadow him. He's too good to leave open.
So we switch ends as we begin the second period. It is Siam Mandalay in the green and Aware in the red jerseys. And Aware with possession of the puck will be moving right to left as we look at it. And there's an opening shot kicked aside. That was Maillard, who got an assist on the 5th goal in the opening period. The defenseman who jumped up on the play. It's 5-2 Aware with the lead and the puck behind a shell-shocked but talented Siam Mandalay goalkeeper who just needs a little bit of help. As
This is Oleg here with the puck. You got to watch him.
Well, Oleg Kabakov was certainly there's a reason why in 2 games he's got 4 goals right now, and we very nearly saw him pot a first period hat trick. 5-2 our score, and Aware will slow things down and try and set up their offense, but that one deflected in off the stick of Kabakov and behind the net. Now we see Siam Mandalay looking for something to go their way. The game started 1-0 Aware, and Siam Mandalay quickly tied it up, but after that a quick explosion, and there's a rocket shot.
Early hat trick.
The 3rd goal of the game and the 5th of the season from Kabakov. And man, what a rifle that was. We saw him beat the goalie. Blocker side, that was glove side.
He's gone everywhere. He might have a few more in him before the night's done too.
And that looked like a no-look shot too, like he was faking him out with the head fake.
We're 2.5 minutes into the second period, and it's Kabakov 3, Siam Mandalay 2. If we're counting the full team score, it's now 6-2. Aware lost 5-2 in their opening game of the season. Jesse, you've seen now 6 goals in 20 minutes of hockey.
Yeah.
Only 2 goals in the opening game for Aware. What have they changed?
I think it's who they're playing, not what they've changed. But I might be a little biased because they played us last week. So that could be the difference.
Meanwhile, looking for more, there's a shot whistled high. That was Maillard, who's also played a strong game in the early going. The Swiss defenseman, I believe, moved up to play forward in this game. And now an offensive zone possession from Siam Mandalay. We are 3.5 minutes into the second period. The score 6-2 Aware. And with the puck, now a 2-on-1 developing. That was very nearly offsides. Instead, a wrist shot flung towards the goal, kicked aside, and a quick possession. Hidden in the right side corner was Dan Sinagulia, and that turned that into a sneaky 3-on-2.
Siam's given up another breakaway here.
And-
They're really... Oh!
Wow.
What a play by Ernesto. They're selling out on defense to try and get some offense, but it's backfired. They keep giving up goals.
Touchdown.
Touchdown.
Is that Ernesto Bauer with that play?
Ernesto Bauer with that nice move.
So Ernesto Bauer, who is in the lineup today as a right wing. You know, that was, I'm a Washington Capitals fan. We have Capitals have a forward named Yevgeny Kuznetsov, his move in breakaways is always just to stop. He's got that move where if he's in alone, he'll just slow down and see which way the goalie's leaning. It's almost a soccer move or football move, right?
Nice.
That's what Bauer just did.
Yeah.
And you could see the goalkeeper kind of whip down into the butterfly, and all he did was just flip that one high.
Yeah, he had all the time in the world just waiting out the goalie.
Crazy thing in the game with 9 goals combined so far is that not even sure that was one of the prettiest goals that you'll see, and that might not have even been the prettiest one we've seen in this game so far with the fireworks from Kabakov. Meanwhile, just like that, Siam Mandalay finds themselves in a 5-goal deficit. It's 7-2, and just need to reset and take it one at a time and try and claw their way back into it. But what a performance from Aware offensively in the early going. And the ice has been tilted since about, say, 5 minutes into the game.
Yeah, it looks like they're just trying to get a hold on everything before they get too demoralized and too far behind to catch up.
CJ Gamble's entry pass was poke checked away, and now another rush back the other way from Aware. Shot right to the belly of the goalkeeper Dream, and he'll get the whistle. 6 minutes gone by in the second period, 7-2 our score, with Aware leading Siam Mandalay. So it's Maillard against Jeff Bonazzo with the face-off, and it's won by Bonazzo cleanly. And now Siam Mandalay with the puck. Jesse, I want to ask you, as a guy who plays hockey in this league, it's my first time in this arena, and obviously, for those who don't know, Thailand is a warm weather country.
Yes.
How does the ice hold up in a day like this when there's so many games?
So the ice is fantastic. This rink's about 6 months old now. They just built it. State-of-the-art arena, Olympic-sized ice, the best we've ever had in Thailand by far. We've historically played in malls. So this is the first time to have like a standalone arena that we can actually use. We have our own dressing room. They treat us really well. So ice, rink, everything's fantastic.
I've been impressed. I mean, because again, there were youth league games before this. The ice has been in use since 7 o'clock this morning.
Oh, they're running something every hour of the day.
And I'm watching the speed of this game so far, and it just feels like this is a better ice sheet than some NHL arenas.
Yeah, no, this can stack up anywhere, I'd say. We'll be hosting the tournament in November, the Land of Smiles, so a lot of teams from around the world will be able to come here and find out firsthand just how good the ice rink and Thailand ice hockey is.
Just a reminder, if this is the first time you've watched a game in this league for Hockey Night in Thailand, the clock does continue to run. We have 17-minute periods, and so we've already ticked down almost halfway in the second. It's 7-2 our score with Aware in the lead, and Siam Mandalay was looking for a set play on offense, but the puck just rolled over the stick of Andrew Ross, and it'll be Ross who comes back to collect. Only had one power play in the game so far. That was early in the first period. Then we had some matching minors, but it looks like we're going to have a whistle and a stoppage here. Did you guys see what happened?
I just
too many players?
Or for what?
It may have been an icing call because they're bringing back a face-off, but I don't see anybody skating off the ice. So is it possible that that puck wasn't touched on its way down?
Possible.
It's going to be, either way, there's no power play. It's going to be an offensive zone face-off for Siam Mandalay. And the puck loose in the corner and going to collect is Forstner. Patrick Forstner, 11 in red, dug that one out, and he's still controlling. Dribbles off his stick right to Kabakov, but he'll have to slow it down so he's not offsides. When I say he dribbled off his stick, it knocked the stick out of his hands. Just lurking in wait in that corner. Beautiful set play down low, and Dream kicks the foot out to get the save. That time, it was Tengsakul's Mu who got that one off his stick. Rotated around the end boards, but still in the offensive possession. Here is the 3-goal scorer, Kabakov. That time looking to pass, but it's taken back by Siam Mandalay, and now a quick snapshot into the belly of the goalkeeper, and that gets us the whistle. 8.5, make it 9.5 minutes gone by here in period number 2. 20 shots on net, 7 goals for Aware. 13 shots for Siam Mandalay, but a lot of them have been, I think the difference in the game for me is traffic in front on the shots from Aware. Easy shots to pick out of the sky for Siam Mandalay.
Yeah, Aware's getting their chances and they're converting, that's for sure.
Meanwhile, we got a little battle in the end boards, won by the defensive player. It's Forstner for Aware, and he'll fling one off the end boards that deflects right onto the stick of Kabakov.
Nice.
What a toe drag from Kabakov, but it was poke checked away at the last second by Andrew Xie in on defense for Siam Mandalay, and that at least for the moment interrupts the offensive flow for Aware, but that's a little traffic in front. Kabakov rotates the puck to the center. It's Devin Michael in the game for Aware. And he was waiting for that pass, but didn't quite get through, so Michael goes behind the cage to collect. Kabakov, with his 3-goal opening period, flings one looking for a deflection, and he gets one, but it ends up in the netting.
Yeah, they're getting a lot of wide open shots still right in front of the net.
Get a line change here, 6 minutes left in the second period, and Kabakov comes out. What is it that makes Kabakov such an offensive force?
What's that?
Oleg Kabakov with 5 goals in 2 games as he comes off the ice. What is it about his game that can just take over for stretches like we've seen?
He skates really well, he shoots really well, and he passes pretty well. So it's a pretty good combination. He played BIHL, led that league in scoring as well. So Oleg's definitely a difference maker.
Meanwhile, that was 2 chances from Jeff Bonazzo. First one got a deflection off the goalkeeper and tried to tuck the second one in as he picked up his own rebound, but it ends up in the glove as we get the whistle and the stoppage. And it'll be a offensive zone face-off for Siam Mandalay. No score for them in the second period. 2 goals in the second for Aware. 7-2 our margin as we are over halfway home in this hockey game, and that one was a little wicked carom off the defensive player Gabe Roscoe, but trickles just wide of the crease, and winding and firing is a shot from Mike Friesen. Ricochets off the end boards, and that opens up an opportunity back the other way with speed, and a tuck in, almost lacrosse style from the captain Harrison Oztumel. 8-2 our score. Oztumel on the board for the second time, I believe, in this game. And that was, he slowed it down, and that's almost a lacrosse goal.
Yeah, he had the threat of the pass, so the goalie was kind of frozen, and then he just moved it.
So 3 goals in the second, 5 goals in the first for Aware. And I think everybody in the arena is aware right now of the offensive firepower they have, but game not over yet. A lot of hockey left to be played, and Siam Mandalay will try and get one back quickly here. They want to feel good going into the locker room. If you're Siam Mandalay, you'd really like to get one back at least in the last 4 minutes of period number 2.
Yeah, for sure. You got a long way to catch up at this point. 6 goals in 1 period.
Friesen in alone, but a diving deflection. Roscoe came sliding in, kicked it out with his skate, but it stays in the offensive zone for Siam Mandalay, and little centering pass from Friesen just trickled through harmlessly.
Yeah, Siam getting some sustained pressure here finally.
You know, the scoreboard might not reflect it, but Friesen's playing a pretty good hockey game.
Oh, Friesen's playing great. He's doing everything he can to keep them in here. Back goal. He's playing defense when he's normally a centerman. He scored a goal, and yeah, he's doing everything he can.
Seems like every time there's been some offensive pressure from the Siam Mandalay side today, the names we've been calling Bonazzo, Friesen, Stasny.
Yeah, those are their top guys. CJ as well can score for them.
Meanwhile, that one ricochets and doesn't get through to the goal crease. Under 3 minutes left in the period, and now the puck behind the net for Siam Mandalay. Again, if you're just joining us, Siam Mandalay is in the green and Aware in the red. And that puck turned over, and in just offside was Kabakov. Yeah, you saw him kick that back foot out trying to stay onside because there was nobody behind him. He would have been in alone.
Yeah, he would have been looking for his 4th, 5th of the night. What is it now?
4th.
4th, okay.
I'm just a hockey announcer. Don't ask me to do math. 8-2, I can do that math. Aware with the lead and possession with 2 minutes exactly remaining in the second period. The next game coming up after this is going to be a good one between KCG and Lexicon Lumberjacks. We certainly hope you will stick around with us tonight for Hockey Night in Thailand. 2 good ones, but so far it has been all Aware.
Yeah,
and
that was clearly offside.
Offside.
Siam Mandalay, that was Sinagulia who just is in ahead of the
He
puck.
got his mask on. Got his mask like flying off the back of his helmet here. I don't know what's going on there. See that?
Yeah.
Well, I might as well start saying my long farewell to Jesse Starosta, as you've got a game to prepare for.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go get ready for our next game. Hopefully we can score this many goals as well.
In our last, and granted, you might be a little bit biased, but in our last 60 seconds with you, give me a quick preview of what we're looking for in the second game today.
So it's a battle of the 2 teams that won in week 1. So it's looking a battle for first place. They're very strong on defense. We're a pretty well-balanced team, so we're just going to hope to be able to outscore them and limit their chances as well.
And here's a breakaway in alone, but not quite getting all of it for Siam Mandalay was Poirier. And the second chance opportunity didn't get through. Poirier was in alone, but the puck was on its side, and he couldn't quite get a handle and get a proper shot away. Final 30 seconds of the second period. 8-2 is our score. Aware with the lead,
nice
and
pass by Dan, a big save on
Great
Flash.
save.
that might have been the last 60 seconds. We've probably seen the 2 best scoring opportunities for Siam Mandalay in this period.
Finally getting their act together. They've been pressing the last 5 minutes.
Going to give a quick reminder to our network affiliates. At the end of this period, this is your local break. Thank you to all of our hardworking team, both on site and back in studio. 8-2 our score. This is Hockey Night in Thailand.
Let's go.
I really got the feeling today that everything is going my way. Now this is what I'm talking about. Every time I see your smile, it makes me
8-2 Aware over Siam Mandalay as we welcome you back to Hockey Night in Thailand at the Thailand International Ice Arena. Adam Gottschalk along with Joe Nafis. Jesse Starosta has been with us, but he's in the locker room getting ready for the second game of the night, which will come about half an hour after this one concludes. So it was 1-1. Since then, it's been all
Aware. But it looks like Siam Mandalay is coming out with a vengeance on the third period. They got a lot of time to make up and a lot of goals to score to catch up for this one.
But just like that, it was an odd man rush back the other way. That's the problem when you start playing aggressive, is you can give up those rushes. We saw that at the end of the first period. But Joe, what you're referencing is that, you know, if you just turned this on and you see 8-2 being the score, obviously, you know, it would seem like a one-sided hockey game. But really, it was these quick bunches. One in the first period when there was about 3 goals in a minute or minute and a half from Aware.
That's right. They really took away the momentum really quickly. They had a couple goals within 10 seconds just right after the face-off and just kind of took off away from the competition.
A 2-1 game turned to 5-1, and then a 5-2 game turned into 8-2 in no time. And so say 75% of the game today, you know, it's been a neutral ice game played back and forth. And then there were just those 2 quick explosions from Aware, which put this out of reach.
That's right.
So if you have not been watching throughout storylines of the game, hat trick in the opening period from Oleg Kabakov. I think all 3 were in the first period. It went by fast, but that would be a natural hat trick from Kabakov. He had 2 goals in the first game. He's got 3 today. A couple goals in the game as well from Oztimel. We've seen Maillard. These are all for Aware. All making noise. Here's that man with the hat trick. Kabakov, this time he's passing, but it threads one through the crease and into the corner where it's taken back by the defense. Again, if you're late turning this on, Aware wearing the red, Siam Mandalay in the green jerseys. And here's a quick 3-on-1 developing if Siam Mandalay hurries. They're back towards the cage. There's a wrister. I think that wasn't necessarily the idea that Saku Rantanen was going for. It looked like he was trying to float a little past that maybe was going to get a deflection.
Right. I think the goalie just caught it right out of there, and there was end of that.
It ends up just softly landing in the goalkeeper's glove, and so we get the whistle and the stoppage. 3 minutes gone by. Third period, 8-2 our score. As Aware, 5 goals in the first, 3 in the second, and looking for their first in the third, 1-on-2, but that's never going to stop Oleg Kabakov. This time he wheels his way around, and puck ends up right back on his stick where he shovels one of the goalkeeper, but easy pickings from Dream. Does not leave the offensive zone, though, for Aware, and they'll just try and run some clock here and keep possession of the offense.
Ooh,
that
right in the
block,
back.
that's going to sting. That caught the back of the leg from the Siam Mandalay defender as that's Andrew Sia. You can see he kind of limped that one off, but appears to be okay.
Siam Mandalay just trying to get it out of their...
Looking for the one-timer. That was Kabakov who threaded the pass through. Intended target was Devin Michael, but it skips over his stick, and finally there's the clear. This is an odd man rush back the other way, but I'm not sure that Siam Mandalay has the legs after that defensive possession to really, as you were saying, they've been on the ice for a really long time, and the odd man rush the other way, they just didn't have the gas to make it into anything.
I think they're just trying to stop the bleeding at this point. Just pull back on defense and not let any more goals be scored.
So here is Siam Mandalay. It's Mike Friesen in the center. He has not stopped playing hard. That time he took a stick up high. Nothing intentional. He was leaning forward, so that's probably not going to be a penalty called, but you could see he just got clipped as he was skating by, and that caused the loss of possession. But it's right back in the hands of Siam Mandalay, and racing in offsides was Friesen. It was Tom Stasny scored one of the opening period goals for Siam Mandalay, who was in with the puck, but Friesen over the line, and we get the whistle and the stoppage and the neutral zone face-off. Adam Gottschalk along with Joe Nathis from a chilly Thailand International Ice Arena. You almost forget that it's the tropics outside.
Absolutely.
There's a deflection in front of the cage, and Jimmy McAleer, the goalkeeper, just covers and gets the whistle and the stoppage. It'll be an offensive zone face-off for Siam Mandalay. They scored twice in the opening period, but nothing since then. And there's one that almost handcuffed the goalkeeper, but he's able to get just enough to fist it off and keep the score where it is and return possession to the guys in red. Teams have played fairly even from blue line to blue line, but it's been at the offensive end where we've seen all those deflections and traffic and nifty offensive plays from Aware. I think if there's a storyline in this game, it's Siam Mandalay's had opportunities, but they just haven't been able to get that chaos in front to get those into the back of the net. Shots are 26-19, according to the scoreboard, in favor of Aware. We have 10 minutes and 30 seconds left. Here's a 3-on-2 back the other way. Kabakov, he slipped and fell. Gets back up with possession, floats one towards the middle, but it's sticked away and back to center ice, and trying to counterpunch Siam Mandalay. Both teams entered play today at 0-1. It was
Nice
KCG
steal
that took down Aware last week 5-2, which, looking forward to watching KCG playing after this. If they beat this Aware team 5-2, I mean, this is a pretty explosive hockey team to hold them to just 2 goals in the game. For Siam Mandalay, they fell 5-3 in the opener against Lexicon Lumberjacks. That's the other team that we're going to watch in the second match in our doubleheader tonight. There's a soft shot that trickles through the goal mouth. Nothing doing, and counter opportunity for Aware. The guys at this point are just trying to feed it to Kabakov. He was standing just off the right side of the goalkeeper, and that was a centering pass disguised as a shot that just bounced over him. But either way, it remains possession for Aware until now. Kabakov with it again, tries to wrap around move himself. It deflects up and over the cage. We have 8 minutes and 50 seconds remaining. When that one goes up on the scoreboard, that would be the 27th shot of the day from Aware, and the whistle and the stoppage. Coming up next, it's Lexicon and KCG. Lexicon Lumberjacks and KCG, both winners last week, as we've just finished telling you, and both scored exactly 5 goals in their wins a week ago. Meanwhile, that was a wicked shot from Stasny. Didn't get through, and the puck bounces back into the offensive zone for Aware. So 5 goals last week for Lexicon Lumberjacks and 5 goals for KCG. It should be a pretty entertaining second game today. And that one will drop the puck about half an hour after this one's in the books. 8-2 our score here, with Aware in the red, leading Siam Mandalay, wearing the green jerseys.
Siam Mandalay's not even putting that much pressure on the puck now. They're just trying to stop the bleeding, I think.
Both teams have a couple of scratches today, guys who were a little banged up, which means that, I mean, you can see when the camera pans back towards center ice how thin these benches are. There's a lot of guys playing some heavy minutes in a game that doesn't have a lot of breaks.
That's right. There's not a lot of options for substitutes.
Meanwhile, that's Siam Mandalay, who's looking to run a set play from just in front of the goal mouth, and they still possess the puck. The goal is actually off its moorings, but the official's able to reset it without having to stop play. You can see that left post just come up.
That's right.
But no harm, no foul. The clock's going to run anyway, so you might as well continue to play hockey.
I don't think they see it out there. The goalie sees it. He's fixing it. Goal. A slap shot.
It took about 20 minutes of game time, but Siam Mandalay is back on the board, and they did it with a rifle shot. When we look back at this one, scoreboard is what it is. But there have been opportunities for Siam Mandalay. They played this game to a draw, except those two quick explosions, one of the first, one of the second.
Yeah, I think those couple of goals in real quick succession just really deflated the sails of Siam Mandalay.
Still have a couple of minutes left in our game today, but I do want to at least take this moment as the clock ticks down to about 5 minutes remaining to acknowledge our hard-working team of fantastic professionals. It is such a pleasure to be a part of this. Hockey night in Thailand. I bet you never thought you'd hear those words, but man, this sport is starting to spread globally. And as a proud Washington Capitals fan, we actually had the very first Thai NHL player who's now a member of the New Jersey Devils, I believe, in Jonas Siegenthaler.
That is just great news, you know.
Grew up in Switzerland, Thai family, and you can see hockey beginning to spread even more globally than it already has been. But more importantly, I was in the middle of beginning to thank our incredible crew sitting to my left. The executive producer of Hockey Night in Thailand and the man who brought this to your television screen, Keith Mueller. Keith, it is a rare honor and privilege to get to do this with you. Camera operators are Papang, Jin, Ellie, and Opor, Tanya, and Sonia. And everybody bringing you the absolute best in coverage here from the Thailand International Ice Arena. My name is Adam Gottschalk. Joe Nafis is with me, and he'll be along for the second game as well. But meanwhile, we still have 3 minutes and 53 seconds of hockey left to play. Our score is 8-3 Aware over Siam Mandalay. There's a shot that was just in on the inside part of the glove of the Aware goalkeeper, and it very nearly ended up in the net, but thankfully for him, it dribbled just past the left goalpost. So the score remains 8-3. Puck in the offensive zone, though, and going to collect for Siam Mandalay is CJ Gamble. Called his name a lot in the first period, but Aware did a nice job of taking him out of the offensive flow in the second and third, but Gamble's a good player, wearing number 77 for green, and he's in there right now trying to jam up the middle against Harrison Oztamel, the Aware captain. It's a long offensive possession for Siam Mandalay, but Aware able to come away, and taking it back through center ice is Patrick Forstner. Forstner wearing 11 behind the cage. He's double teamed, but keeps possession for a moment. Instead, it's his matching 11, Friesen, to dig it out and come away with the puck.
Oh, here we go.
Now here it is, a one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and the shot from Jeff Bonazzo got a piece of the goal stick and deflects off the backboards. And that gives the puck right back to Aware, and who else? Kabakov in alone, fires the shot. It is saved. The rebound also saved, and Karam's off the side wall. And hey, you know what? This has been such a back-and-forth hockey game. It would be a shame if the last 2 minutes weren't more of the same.
That's right. We could see a few more goals here in just a couple minutes.
Yeah. And we had one stretch in the first period where we got 2 minutes left of the game. I think we had a 2-minute stretch in the first period where there were 4 combined goals.
That was
and
beautiful.
There's one. Firing that one in from his knees was Ed McConnell for Siam Mandalay.
Beautiful shorthand shot.
8-4.
Well, we were just talking about having more goals, and boom, within 10 seconds.
McConnell got knocked to the deck, kept his balance, and from his knee saw an opening and lifted that one into the top right corner. 2 straight goals from Siam Mandalay, and 8-4 our score with 90 seconds to play. One more reminder for you, our second game coming up. Our second game coming up about half an hour after this one concludes, which will be in 67 seconds as we get that whistle. Again, the clock doesn't stop on the whistles here, so that'll bring us down under a minute left to play. 8-3 our score. Aware over, it's 8-4. The scoreboard hasn't actually updated the results, but that's for sure a good goal. So we're in the final 50 seconds. The puck in possession of Siam Mandalay, looking for one more. Instead, it deflects in and is covered by the goalkeeper. 40 seconds left as the clock continues to run.
Yeah, this one's pretty much wrapped up.
29 shots for Aware, 26 for Siam Mandalay.
Quite the same number of shots on goal, but the scoreboard does not reflect that at all, like we've been talking about all game.
Thank you. Got 13 seconds left. And as the clock ticks down the final 10 seconds, we will put this one in the books. It will go down as an 8-4 win for Aware. Their record now even at 1-1. With the loss, Siam Mandalay falls to 0-2. Half an hour from now, we've got game number 2, Lexicon Lumberjacks and KCG. So as we wrap this up, the first thing is we have a third face on screen here. I think anybody who's a longtime fan of Hockey Night in Thailand would know Keith Mueller. He's the man who brought this to your television screen. We can flip those names, Joe. I think we need to switch positions real quick. Adam Gottschalk and Joe Nafis. Joe, final thoughts as we wrap this one up and prepare for our second game of the day.
I thought the early hat trick and the early 5 goals just kind of put them under the rug, and they kind of were demoralized, and it was too much to get back.
You know, after 2 goals in the game for Aware last week in their loss, but both of them scored by Oleg Kabakov. I think that was the guy we were most looking forward to watching in this one, and he delivered a first period hat trick, Oleg Kabakov, and that's the story in an 8-4 win as Aware goes to 1-1. We'll see you in half an hour. Adam Gottschalk and Joe Nafis, Hockey Night in Thailand.
This has been a presentation of Thailand TV.tv, winner of the SHL Golden Mike Award for Excellence in Broadcasting for Hockey Night in Thailand.